Creating Powerful Impact. I'm your host, Shay Wheat, founder of Grace and Ease Productions, where we support entrepreneurs just like you with event-based marketing and sales strategy, allowing you to build your authority, your credibility, and your visibility in your industry. Today, I have a really amazing guest. You guys, we were supposed to actually meet earlier, and the universe decided that it was going to send some Mother Nature her direction. So we actually had to reschedule. However, we both look at this as a great opportunity because now in this time and space is exactly when we're supposed to hear about our guest today. So I'm super excited to introduce you to the founder and CEO of the Elevated Human Experience and the Overflow Mastermind Group. Yun Rhee is a gifted and unique powerhouse of positivity and high-yielding energy. Her insights and tools activate and amplifies one's truth. You guys, she's really a coach's coach and a leader's leader. And that's why I'm super excited to have her with us today. She's owned and operated multiple businesses. She's got a vast knowledge of sales and recruiting and training. However, she really specializes in coaching top performers, So abundance, wealth, and other personalized definitions of success are quickly attained in the lives of those that have worked alongside her. So you can see why I'm really excited to please welcome Yun to the Creating Powerful Impact stage. What's up? How are you?
Oh, Shay, thank you so much for that amazing intro. I'm so humbled and honored to be here with you today. I'm so looking forward to this conversation.
I'm excited too, because we both kind of have a similar mentality about like universal laws and how things are coming about. And when it's meant to be, it's going to happen. And everybody listening to this, it's all in divine timing. So I would love for you to, share a little bit about, how are you actually creating impact in the world today?
So thank you. I first and foremost, I labeled the Chief Empowering Officer and Energy Expert. And my mission is very, very simple. I want to teach everyone about the power of paradigms and energy. So I'm a huge believer that when we truly understand paradigms, which is just a set of mental programs that are stored in our subconscious, other programming, if you will, if we understand our programming and understand energy, that two combined will give the keys to the kingdom for everyone and anyone to unlock their true potential, go after anything that they desire, and make their dreams into a reality.
Yeah. Okay. Love it. How the heck do we start?
So first and foremost, this is very important. And I've learned, so a lot of people right now, we're in a age of abundance of information. Would you agree? We consume
it's at your fingertips, right? Everywhere. Yes.
And so we consume more information in one day than people used to consume in a full year in the early 1900s. So the reason why we experience a lot of people having high anxiety, it's information overload, right? And people are trying to grasp and understand as much as they can. And that's really causing them more damage than actually good. And the reason behind that is it's not about understanding. Like we as humans can understand so many things, but it's the true key is understanding what programs operate us. Why do we live the life that we live? Why are our results the way it is? And then second to that is understanding energy, right? What is energy? Everything is energy, which is vibration, which is frequency. So at all times, you hear this word of law of attraction, law of manifestation, and it's being used everywhere. And really what I want people to understand is it is a simple concept, but we're manifesting and attracting at all times. Everything in our reality, good, bad, or ugly, is our creation. So where do people get started? Number one, give yourself permission, right? Give yourself permission to study, to learn, and really actually say, I want to learn more about who I am. I want to learn the easy ways to actually allow the laws of the universe to live in harmony with me, or I live in harmony with the laws of the universe, so that I can co-create easily and effortlessly.
Okay. So giving ourselves permission to learn is the first step. Okay. Love it.
Second thing is decisions and habits, right? Because we have this idea that we can create whatever, our future. We have these amazing ideas and concepts, but the reality of it is It's our decisions and our habits that create our future.
And actually taking action on them, right? Or adjusting them if there are
Yes.
things that we're not enjoying.
Shay, you hit it on the head. The biggest reason is because our body is an instrument of our mind. So using our body to take action, to receive feedback. Am I going the right way? Do I need to make adjustments, just like you said? Do I need to tweak a little bit, whatever it is? And what would it look like if we created the idea that everyone that's listening, or everyone, all the children especially, that every decision you make is the right decision? Because it's going to lead you towards where you want to go, or it's going to actually teach you something you need to learn in order to get to where you want to
go. Yeah, absolutely. Now, how is it that people, like we call them the 1%ers, how is it that they think and act differently than maybe some of our audience members that are looking to become 1%ers? Like, what is it that they can do? How can they adjust? What are some steps that they can start taking?
I love that question. So the 1%ers of the world, I'm sure you're aware as well, that they own 96% of the wealth, right? And more than the wealth itself, they're actually the ones that created the world that we all live in, that the masses live in. Right? And if you think about it, it's so wild because you have scientists and theologians that disagreed on so many things over so many centuries. Yet the one thing that they all agreed upon is that you become what you think about most of the time.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And with that said, a lot of the 1%ers, whether they learned it or a lot of them are unconscious competence, meaning this is how they operate without even realizing that this is the way they operate. But they see something in their mind and they're so passionately involved with it. They're so emotionally involved with it that they're like, they're in relationship with that dream and that idea. And they use their body to take action, right? Like the 1%ers of the world get an idea, they make a decision and they take action right away. They don't allow the programming to talk them out of, well, what if? How am I going to get there? What's the worst case scenario? Like they don't have time for those thought processes. They're on a mission to go create whatever it is that they see in their mind that's going to help the masses or serve for whatever cause.
Yeah. So I like what you're saying there. So it's like, okay, everything is gearing towards this mission. Right. And so anytime you're butted up against a decision, is it going to help further that mission? Is that a yes? Okay, great. Then take the step. Is it a yes and? Okay, great. Take some type of step towards it and then start making it right and then tweak and adjust it. And so you're saying the 1%ers take those actions faster.
And think about that, right? The 1%ers go after something, and you're absolutely right. They don't need to know all the details. They need to know gather some information, go with their intuition, whether they want to move forward or not, and then they take action right away. Where most of the masses, and I was there too. I mean, I got to tell you, I've lived an unconscious, competent life until I became aware. But one of the things is we've been programmed to like gather all the information and we have to know everything about everything. And most of the time it overwhelms us that we don't make any decisions at all, right? We have these ideas, but we're so busy making that like the how-to-do list so perfect that we've talked ourselves out of taking any action.
Yeah, it's right. It's fascinating. So like, even when we're, producing some events, we see the audience coming in and they're like, this is everything that I need. And the program is everything that I could have hoped for, right? In that invitation that we end up making. But then you can see them sitting back and going, I don't know, I have anxiety about it, or I'm not sure if this is the best step for me, or I don't know if I can figure it out. Versus the 1%ers are the ones that are like, it fills the gap. It gets me closer to my mission. I'm saying yes, I'm taking action. And then once I'm in it, then I'm going to keep moving forward. Is that what you're saying essentially?
100%. You hit it right on the head.
Whether it's a program, whether it's a team member, whether it's a system or a support or whatever. Now, for the people that are the ones that are like, okay, I see how it fits, how it relates to my mission, but I'm having that anxiety or I'm having that fear, or I'm having whatever that's stopping me from taking action. What do you do to support them? Like, what is it that we're needing to uncover and bring to consciousness and awareness?
I love that question, by the way, Shay. One of the things I want people to understand is that we're actually living on 3 separate planes at all times. We have a spiritual plane, an intellect plane, and a physical plane. right? So we're this energy that comes into this body with an intellect and a body, right? And with that said, we really have to understand where emotions come from and why we feel what we feel. So one of the things that we do teach is, if you really think about it, a lot of the reasons why people don't take action is really based around fear.
Yeah.
So where does fear come from? If fear comes from worries and doubts and doubtful thinking, right? Like overthinking about the what ifs, the doubts and all of that. Well, where does that stem from? That actually stems from ignorance. And ignorance is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just saying we don't know. We've never done it before. I've never purchased your product. I don't know if it's going to serve me. I can't imagine what it's like. So instead, what happens to our brain only knows what the current situation is, or our past experiences or stories from other past experiences, right? So it naturally goes into the worries and doubts and says, well, what if I do this? What are people going to think? What if I go invest in this and it doesn't work out, because it's never done it before? So one of the things that we teach are the intellectual factors to really lean into the gifts inside of us, such as imagination, right? So if we know that those emotions are being caused by ignorance, what's the opposite of ignorance? It's law of polarity, right? So opposite of ignorance is knowledge. So how do I gain knowledge on something I've never done before? Well, I gain knowledge by something I've never done before by first and foremost unlocking my imagination, right? Saying, what would it look like if I work with Shay in the event company, right? What would that look like? Oh, it would be so much easier. She does fill in all the holes, right? Then I could study about it. Well, let me talk to a couple of people that actually did it, right? Let me look at the reviews. Oh my God, all these people have success. And then you can even go deeper. Wow, like Tony Robbins, all of these people, they must have teams that put it together. They don't do it all by themselves. So now I have more knowledge and understanding. My vibration goes up, right? My body wants to take the action. Now I'm in a situation where I can take action in confidence, knowing that the outcome is going to be successful. So it's really important to teach people why we feel what we feel, and really teaching that feelings is just an explanation of where our vibrational state is at.
Say that again.
The feelings we feel are just indicators of our vibrational state. So when we're in low vibration, we don't feel good, right? So remember I said at the beginning of the call, everything is energy. Everything is energy, and energy is vibration, and vibration is frequency. And whatever frequency we're on is what we attract, including the thoughts in our mind. Shay, your audience and everyone here is going to be able to relate to this. We have better thoughts and dreams when we're on vacation and having a great time. Right?
Yeah.
We have negative thinking when the things that surround us are overwhelming. We're filled with tasks of all these things to do. Our mind are racing. We can't be present. And then we have lower vibration thoughts. So I teach our people that feelings are amazing. We're here for the human experience, which includes all the emotions. And all the emotions, what they are, they're feelings to indicate who we are and what we are. So I know that when I'm feeling like low vibration or feeling negative emotions, I know that my thoughts and my emotions are not in alignment with my higher self or my truth. When I'm feeling good and things are amazing and I feel great, I know that my thoughts and my emotions are in alignment with my higher self and my truth.
I love that. And it resonates into everything, right? So our clients that are, or our listeners that are, continuing to scale and leverage. I know you've scaled and leveraged a number of businesses. You're essentially taking the same laws and the same universal truths and putting it into the business. So whether you're looking to scale and grow with your sales, with your team, like getting the right team that's in alignment with your mission. So if you're somebody that's like, okay, I'm a solopreneur, I'm needing team, how do I attract the right talent that's in alignment and on board with the mission? It's everything that you're talking about here is bringing it to your awareness and your consciousness, and then filling the gaps, right?
100%. And this is really what we just talked about, right? The law of attraction and manifestation. We don't really need to know how. We've been programmed to know how it is, but we don't, because the universe, our spirit actually knows way more than our brain could ever know, right? So our only decision is, what do we want, right? What do we want? And then taking that first step, right? Once we take that first step, it opens up into another step. So I almost use this visualization, like say that you're on a staircase and your goals are at the top of the staircase. You're not supposed to see all the stairs, right? You just know that at the top of the staircase is exactly where you want to go. All you need to do is take that one step, and then all of a sudden the cloud lifts up another step, and it just opens up for you, as long as you understand vibration and emotions, and that we're always attracting. So we can go into imagination and say, I want a great team. Well, what is the next step that I need to do? You take that next step, and then all of a sudden it starts opening up doors to attract exactly what you're looking for, and greater than you can imagine.
How many universal laws are there?
There is 7 that I really teach, but overall, I mean, you have different perspectives of people that say 12 or 14. And again, words can be sometimes limiting because we use words to describe certain things. But at the end of the day, the thing that matters the most is the emotions and the vibrations, right?
Yeah.
We've been taught for so long and programmed for so long. It's all in our brain. But at the end of the day, what people need, and this is the message, what people really need to understand is the law of vibration, law of attraction that supersedes everything, which is all, again, vibration, frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild, Shay, if you think about it. We understand it from a telephone, right? Like, in order for me to connect with you on the Zoom, we have a certain frequency we're connected to via Zoom, right?
Yeah.
What people really need to understand is that we as humans are electromagnetic beings. Electro meaning our minds are the thinking, right? And our magnetic is our physical being and the vibrations that we send off that we attract back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it still fascinates me every single time it happens, right? Where you're just like, oh, I was, thinking about so-and-so. And then they like literally call you and you're like, I literally was just thinking about you 2 seconds ago. How did you just pick up the phone and call me? Right? We're tuned in, connected at a different level, more so than our brain can conceptualize and feel.
100%. And there's first and foremost, there's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as coincidence. Everything on this planet abides by the laws of the universe, right? It's exactly what that is. And I'm a huge believer that, when humans came into existence, if you will, that we had all these superpowers of telepathy, right? If you think about people all around the globe, but they were able to communicate with each other without a phone, just through thoughts, because the thoughts transmitted into the land, into the animals, back to each other, and they would meet somewhere, right? Like, now, through the abundance of all the technology and whatnot, right, our brains got programmed in different ways. I mean, I work with coaches, and I also have students that we work with telepathy, and it's a real thing, right? We can telepathically communicate with one another. So that phone call thing, and so many people are like, oh my God, there's a coincidence. That's a coincidence. No coincidences. Understand the laws of the universe, and you get the magic keys to the kingdom.
Holy cow. Like, I could chat with you forever. This is all super fascinating. And you can only teach so much in the time that we've had. People want to get to know more about you, have more questions. How can they do that? I believe you have a gift for our audience.
Yes, so we're offering a 30-minute coaching call so that you can click on the link and sign up. We also have information to our website, which is the elevatedhumanexperience.com, and it goes through different products and different ways that you can connect with us. We have free communities, we have a membership community, and we also have products to really teach these concepts, because my dream is this: if you can tell me what you want, I can 100% guarantee to get you there. If you don't know what you want, we can help you find out what you want. So either way, it's the journey of growth.
Yeah. I love that, because I've run into people who are like, I'm not real sure what I want. Okay, call up your company and be like, let's jump on a call real quick and help me figure it out. And then this is how we end up moving you forward. And these are your next steps. Start just taking action. Start realizing what that mission is. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Before we wrap up here, I would love for you to share, what is a takeaway or a memorable note that you would like to leave our audience with today?
Oh, there's so many, but the one that I want to really say is that, we have so many gifts inside of us, and our entire journey of this entire life is to discover those gifts in our lifetime, right? So give yourself permission to discover who you are, what your gifts are, and just know that everyone and anyone listening on this, we can spend our entire lifetime searching, and we're just tapping into the surface of how beautifully designed we are, because there is nothing more powerful than human beings on this planet. And I have a saying that I love to say, which is, we're magical beings on a magical planet where thoughts become things. So start asking yourself, let me discover more of me.
I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you so much for joining us, my amazing guest, and everybody listening today. Thank you again for joining us on another episode of Creating Powerful Impact. I'm excited for you to take the lessons and the resources that you learned here today, start implementing them, start creating even more impact in your world. And until next time, have an outstanding rest of the day. Thank you so much for listening to the Creating Powerful Impact podcast. If you are a successful coach, speaker, author, or thought leader who would like to be on this program, simply visit creatingpowerfulimpact.com/guest. If you are someone who got something out of this interview, would you please do me a favor and share this episode on social media? Just do a quick screenshot with your phone and text it to a friend or post it on your socials. Also, if you know somebody that would be a great guest, tag them on social media to let them know about the show and include the hashtag Creating Powerful Impact. I love seeing all of your posts and great guest selections. We are regularly putting out new episodes and content. To make sure you don't miss any episodes, go ahead and subscribe. Your thumbs up, ratings, and reviews go a long way to help promote the show, and they really mean a lot to me and my team. Want to know more about us? Head on over to our website, graceandeaseproductions.com, or follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. Just look for Grace and Ease Productions on your favorite platform. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.